because you did that. And after 30 days of doing that, you'll know what we're talking about.
What about the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep? Which is what I tell people in talks often, is that when you are in slumber, that your subconscious mind starts to get programmed, you know. And if the last five minutes before you're just going off to sleep, you're thinking about all the things that went wrong, and how it didn't happen, and this is never going to work for me, and I'm not financially, and I'm sick, and this doesn't work. Aren't you programming your subconscious mind? Then you wake up, and the universe just offers you this, you know,
we agree with
experiences that match up to what you've placed in there. Yeah. So those last 5 minutes, it seems to me, it's like you want to put in there all of your I ams. I am content.
Here's the thing. If you've had a hard day, you can't just say it different in the last 5 minutes, because the universe doesn't hear what you say. The universe hears how you feel. So your best chance of...
So basically, we're going to go back to that again. We were talking about once before that the universe doesn't hear what you say, it hears what you mean. So basically what that means is that you can think of something and you don't believe in it, but you may think of something and it may not be what you really mean, or maybe what you really say, because it's showing that within you don't mean it. So once again, I was talking about earlier, you may can say something to somebody and just to kind of get under their skin because you're upset with them, but you don't really mean it. So the universe doesn't hear what you're trying to say, it hears what you mean. It wants that gut feeling. That gut feeling is within. It wants to hear that what you really mean. So when you just being mad at someone just because you trying to get up underneath their skin, the universe doesn't hear that. It hears what you mean. So that's basically what she's saying, is that gut feeling.
Feeling good is after a night of momentum slowing, rather than after a day of momentum increasing.
That's very, very well said.
Yeah. Certainly, it's always better to speak positively, but don't you find yourself sometimes challenging your own thoughts? People will say, it's like my thoughts are thinking me. And we say, if you've got a negative train of thought going, what you want to do is make it more general if you can. Just generalize it, step back from it if you can.
I'm just thinking in terms of, you're going to sleep for 8 hours, let's say, and you're going to marinate in whatever thoughts that you have just filled your subconscious mind with. No?
That's the thing that we're really wanting to explain, is that law of attraction, the momentum of law of attraction, is not active while you are unconscious. Now, it's logical that when you wake up, you'll refocus and you'll get your propensity of thought is already there. But that can change with this new discussion about getting a different trajectory going. Someone the other day gave us the best word, because he's been deliberately getting on that high-flying disc and staying there with some success. He's in his 60th or 70th day of that. And he said, now it's beginning to feel like I'm tethered there. Like, sometimes I'll dip down, but it's like a bungee cord that takes me right back up. And we said, that's exactly what we're saying about this non-physical you. You're tethered to this pure positive energy, but you've practiced not being there enough that you've sort of stretched your bungee cord to its limits. And now you're dangling around in vibrations that don't serve you and that are not really who you are. But it doesn't take much to get that elasticity back, so that...
Is this like a conditioning process? I mean, like from the time that we're little boys and little girls, we're told what we can do, what we can't do, what's possible, what's not possible?
Yeah, by those who don't know. By those who are looking from lower discs, who are wanting to prepare you for the inevitable failure that they think you will live. And in the early days, you didn't like that at all. You protested in the beginning. You did. You protested. And the source within you knows who you are and is always reminding you. That's why at 313, some of those thoughts flow.
I'm just thinking about as babies, there was a poet, William Wordsworth, who said, our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting.
So basically what she's saying here is also too, when we were kids, we protest somewhat of the things that we've been taught when we were kids. We kind of knew within our gut that some of the things that they were saying wasn't accurate. A lot of things that we've been taught, we've been told, we've been conditioned that it didn't feel like it was accurate to us. It didn't feel like it resonate with us. So we kind of somewhat protest against it. But understanding that when we are much younger and we are coming in, we just do what our parents told us and we just go along with what our parents and so on has taught us. We've been conditioning because everything is about the way that you've been raised and the way that a lot of us has been raised. Actually, when you start to get older, you realize that some of those actually beliefs and ways that we've been conditioned that they're not serving us now. So basically, yeah, this is what she talked about, that we kind of somewhat protested even when we were younger because we knew that it didn't resonate with us. So yeah.